Hey guys, welcome to the live. I'm just gonna get right into the read because I'm a little late, 20 minutes, not so bad, but I do want to get the whole part of the read ready to go. So I apologize if I don't spend too much time on some preamble tonight. So, welcome to Final Crisis. Let me just mirror it that way. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so as mentioned earlier, we are going to start. Oh, thank you for the likes. Hey, Gwen Stacy. Your birthday's coming up. I'm hopeful that I have a cosplay coming in for your birthday of Gwen Stacy. But if not, I think I'll be going live as Black Cat. I'm going to be revisiting a Marvel read. I know I'm doing DC right now, and I'm like mix matching my universes, but I love all the universes. I have favorites in all comic books and stories, right? So, yay. Oh, tomorrow. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I guess technically it's Wednesday today, right? Okay, you guys. So, welcome to Final Crisis. We're going to get right into the read. Tomorrow, Zatanna will be on to I guess Wednesdays, the tunnel will be on to talk Justice League. Not so late, but my late night comic book reads, if you want to get them, they're going to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays, anytime between midnight and 1, and we usually go for about an hour, at least. Oh, nice. Wednesday at, oh, wow. Oh, it's like your birthday now, then, isn't it? Or rather Thursday. My favorite DC character, Supergirl is one of them. It's hard for me to pick just one, but it's probably a tie between Supergirl and Batgirl for very different reasons. Because Batman and the Bat Family were my first introduction to the DC universe. When I do post my streams on YouTube, not all of them though. I've been doing some edits lately with my comic book reads in the replay to add the actual images so you can see. I've had some requests from people who are big comic book nerds, which like we all are, right? To have to make sure that we have the art be showcased. So I'm gonna get right into the read. I have a read of this story from the beginning. Oh, and if you guys are not familiar with Crisis, the crises of the DC universe, Batman Part 2 rumors. I am not familiar with the rumors, my friend, General Chaos 204. Could you please, what are the rumors are you hearing? Please share with the class. Let me see. Because I am half Asian, though, you guys have the question before. I'm good, though. I'm good. Technically speaking, though, I'm Kryptonian, so who knows what Kryptonians actually look like, right? I am half Asian, though. I'm half South African. I think sometimes certain features show up depending on how I do my makeup and how things get put together. So this is one of my versions of Supergirl. I have a few on deck. Oh, hey, Craig Myers, welcome. So we're just going to jump right into it. I have a busy day tomorrow because I have to film the trailer to the movie that I'm funding, that I'm going to start filming on the spring equinox of this year, called Escape from District 6. So the comic book reads, initially, just to give you guys some background as to like reading comic books and cosplay, right? I'm working on my own comic book. And of course, when you're working on any kind of medium, like, this is all storytelling. Oh, Neptune, hi, how are you? It's been a minute. I was just thinking about Poseidon and Neptunian things the other day. I was rewatching some of my lives where I was talking about the myth of Medusa and how she was like accosted by Poseidon, aka Neptune. Well, that's a whole side story. But I do think of comic books as like a new mythology, right? So Grant Morrison, who is the author of Final Crisis, also has written Multiversity. So he's like a chaos magician. He's a self-acclaimed chaos magician. I'm not familiar specifically with chaos magic specifically. I'm more of like, I consider myself like and nature spirit. I talk to the trees and the animals and like all that kind of stuff, which is not very Kara, right? Kara is, hey, John McNary. Hi, thank you for that. Kara is actually, has a vulnerability to magic, which is why having friends like Zatanna and other magic users are useful on the Justice League. And that's why you have a Justice League Dark. It helps to, deal with, if you're dealing with like a sorceress or something, it's a little bit harder for laser vision to deal with that. Last on my reef aquarium. Ooh, I love aquariums. My very first, I don't like calling them pets. I like to call them like animal companions that we get to guard along the way. But I had two goldfish, Philippe and Feline, and we had an aquarium when I was like young. And then when my goldfish died, it was so traumatic for me. Who is my favorite Batman? Kevin Conroy. Oh, rest in peace, Kevin Conroy. General Chaos 204. Great choice. My favorite Batman. This is going to be controversial. This just came to me on the top of my head. I actually love all the Batmans differently. I have a special space in my heart for Adam West and like the campiness of all that. I do love Kevin Conroy, that voice. In Crisis on Infinite Earths, the animated version, I think they do a little ode to him, because I think the voice of Batman in that version is actually Jensen Ackles. I have to double check. Don't quote me on that. But voice acting is acting, and so that does count. But I will say that this is a hot take. I loved Val Kilmer's Batman in Batman Forever. I know, right? Rest in peace, Val Kilmer as well. Iceman, right? So, and of course he was a blonde Bruce Wayne. It is known apparently that Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent apparently look alike. Like they both have like blue eyes, dark hair, same kind of build situation. I'm not going to go off on a tangent. Let's get into reading Final Crisis. This is by Grant Morrison. I actually watched a little interview with Grant Morrison the other day where he talked a little bit about how he thought of these characters as being new myths, where Batman is Pluto, Superman is Zeus, Diana, Wonder Woman is Hera. And that's cool, right? Let's see here. Batnips. Oh, the Batnips. I love the Batnips. Oh, and thank you guys for loving my content. How about you guys? Who's your favorite Batman? And people have asked me like who my favorite Supergirl is too. And I do love, I never watched the Supergirl CW show, but I have seen clips, and Melissa, I forget how you say her last name. I like her. She's got that whole girl next door vibe with Supergirl, which I like. There's also a version of Kara in Smallville who's gorgeous, by the way. But she plays Kara a bit more like standoffish. And so I find that Supergirl has like two types of versions. One where she's really like cutesy and girly and kind of like sweet. And one where she's more like, well, she lost a whole planet. And kind of like how I think, oh my goodness, what's her name in the newest Supergirl movie? I feel like that's how she's playing her, that a bit more of an edge to her. And I think it can go both ways. So without further ado, let's get into the read. Oh my goodness. Gwen Stacy, some funny, talking about babies, one thing I wanted to bring up in terms of Kryptonian babies. Apparently on Krypton, they don't have babies the normal way. Like, I mean, natural way. Like there's no like labor and birthing. You're basically like pairing the genetics and then like they pop out. So, thank you, Millie Alcock, John McNary. So Millie Alcock, who is also in House of the Dragon, playing Rhaenyra, who is bomb.com. I love the connection there because Krypton actually has a lot of dragon gods, like Flamebird and Nightwing are both dragon gods. So that's interesting. Kara has talked about mythology on Krypton, saying that it was used as a way to control her by her father. And they haven't really gone into much of Supergirl and the superhero stories, I find, beyond origin stories, which is a shame because there's more stuff there about like Cyborg, Superman, who ends up being like Zor-El, and like also the relationship between Jor-El and Zor-El, right? Because Kara's dad and Clark's dad are brothers, right? And so they're both very intelligent scientists as well, I believe. I have to double check on all that because there's a reason why Zor-El's like, oh crap, Jor-El was right. Maybe I should send Kara out to get off this planet too, right? Because Krypton does die, right? Let's get into the read, guys. Final Crisis. I have superhero school, which is starting on Sunday. Just so you guys know, Neptune, thank you for all those gifts and all the support. I'm giving out a few scholarships for that. If you check my link tree, you can get the whole 12 class module curriculum that's coming up. So every Sunday, though, I will be doing the live stream free, like it'll be live, but the replays, those lessons will be couched behind the course. So, but of course, like, let me know. It's information and intel should be free given, just like when I read you these stories. Like, it's more about us being more aware of these like symbolic understandings of things and get empowerment from it, especially as we're going through a really, tumultuous time in reality life, right? 3D realm, right? World 33 in multiversity, right? The world that has no superheroes but creates the superheroes, right? So when is it time for that world to get its own superheroes, right? And Jimmy, thanks for the cake slice. And I have to, let's see here. Okay, by C-section, mama. Oh, well, that's new, right? Probably because Kryptonians aren't used to whole natural birth. That C-section's probably a thing. I was a C-section baby, personally, when I was born. And fun other fact, I was born in 1985, which is also the year that Crisis on Infinite Earths came out, where Supergirl died, and also when Watchmen came out. Weird, right? So I recommend you guys, for your own year of birth, whatever that is, look at what movies, what songs, what stories came to life at the same time you did. There's some clues there, some breadcrumbs into it, right? Yeah, well, I mean, I read comic books. I keep my inner child alive and well and nourished. Take her everywhere I go. 88 year of the dragon. Oh, Neptune, you're born that's the year my sister was born. My sister was born in 1988. That is the year of the dragon. Yes, and she's an Aries. How, like, it's like double whammy, right? I was born in the year of the bull. I am also a Taurus, so I've got like double bull action. And it's not lost on me, the symbology of that. I grew up in Manitoba, which I used to cheer for the University of Manitoba, the bisons, right? The buffalo of that land. And so I relate a lot to like working hard, getting things done. But that's 88 Pisces. Yo, you guys, I love 88s. I love the 80s, you guys. Made in the 80s. A lot of good movies came out, right? Like, look at it. Take a look. It'll trip you out. It'll be a way of the universe saying something to you, I think. So my little sister was born in 88. She is single, though, by the way. What kind of single? She just came off of a relationship. Hopefully I can find her guy this year. That's what my hope is. Everyone deserves to find someone. Neptune. Maybe you're a match. And so also, side note, I love matchmaking, you guys. So maybe I can do like cosplay matchmaking, right? Like if you resonate with a certain character, like here we're going to talk a little bit about Oliver Queen and Dinah Black Canary. They're one of my favorite DC couples. And, I love, one of my favorite parts of the comic book stories are the relationships, right? Because why does a certain character type, why is one attracted to another, right? There's certain things in each other that we resonate with, right? 2002 Capricorn baby, Gwen Stacy, happy birthday coming up. You should celebrate. You're right on the cusp of Aquarius too, right? Like Aquarius season is coming. So it's important also to note in your own unique placement, your own unique, let's call it star signature as to what hero you are. all these little nuances. It's why you are not like every other Pisces. You are not like every other Capricorn. You are a very specific lens by which that style is coming through, right? Just like how you have the different versions of Batman, right? They're all Batman, right? But there's these different aspects in them that provide more like resonance, right? Like that's why you have a favorite. Like no one tells you who your favorite is. You just have a favorite. And if you were to explain why you have a favorite, you can explain it. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like, I just like it. I just find that attractive. I just find that tasty. That smells really good to me. And to have someone else be like, oh, I don't like that at all. So that's okay, you guys, right? And I think that's the biggest thing to note, even with like Justice League, is just like how different each of these guys are and their approach in saving the world, right? And that there's no right way, no wrong way. People always question Batman, but in the end, you need a Batman on the team. You just do. And so, yeah, I said I wasn't going to do preamble with you guys, and now look, we're talking again. I know nothing about astrology, but I know I'm an Aries. Yeah, you are. Oh, thank you. Well, I mean, I came to astrology late. I learned about it in about like 2020. I came from a really Catholic background. So like astrology and card reading and all that stuff was like heretical, right? And so I realized if you read like Narnia or Tolkien, both of these authors, very, very Christian, right? There's things that, because of the institution of religion, magic ends up, you talk in archetypes, you talk in symbols, you talk in code. Because if everyone learned how to be a superhero, if everyone learned how to be empowered, would you need certain institutions? Would you need a government? Maybe to have like a council of peers, right? Like the way we have been doing things, it's obviously not working. Right? Oh, Neptune. So make sure you guys sign up for Superhero School. It starts on Sunday. We go from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Sunday. And I've got 12 characters lined up, 12 teachers. First teacher is going to be Supergirl. Second teacher is going to be Jean Grey, Zatanna, Jessica Cruz, April O'Neil, the Phoenix, Black Cat, Black Canary. I have each one of my cosplay characters as being a teacher that's going to teach a very specific module. So look at my link tree. You can take a look at all of that. If you cannot afford the $80 that it costs, please message me. I have a number of scholarships that I'm going to be giving away, and as well the live show that will take place is always going to be free. You can just join that. It's just going to be the replays, and there's going to be little exercises and journal prompts and like different like for Jean Grey, different psychic exercises you can do to also even like protect yourself from psychic attack. Like people don't realize things like gossip and mistruths about you and things like social media, all that negative frequency can be considered like psychic attacks. I think of all the bad news you hear on like the news and stuff. That can be considered something that if you're trying to be working on your soul mission, you can get distracted with like just how bad you feel, right? Because especially if you're empathetic. So what do you do about that? It means to the stars through differently, for the record. Let me see. I can't. Oh no, don't worry, Gwen Stacy. I'm gifting you a scholarship for your birthday. Love you, girl. Okay. That's not going to happen. Ad astra per aspera. Were you saying Adstrea? Oh, Brandon. Siren, Marvel. That's not going to happen. Sees the stars through difficulty. I could send you the link specifically to Neptune. I'd love to give you a scholarship as well, because you've been very supportive on the lives and the gifts and stuff. So there's some of you I feel like I will gift scholarships to, just like regardless. And if you can't attend the Sunday class, just to like go through some of the exercises, especially the ones dealing with language is magic, how to like remove psychic blocks, how to do like imagination therapy with yourself, like get back your inner child, rescue them from whatever like trauma has happened in the past, that kind of stuff. Be your own hero. Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm forever a girl, though, right? So we're gonna read some Final Crisis. We're gonna read Dark Side Says, and then we're just gonna go through that section. This is Final Crisis, written by Grant Morrison, and Lion Sign Official. Thank you. Welcome, you guys. You guys all just came just in time. Settle in, grab a drink, get comfy. We're going to do a late night comic read. I'm going to try to go straight and not do any tangents once we begin, just so it's a nice, clean read. I love talking to you guys, though, so we'll have a little chat at the end as well. But before we begin, Grant Morrison, who wrote Final Crisis, remember, anything that is crisis in the DC universe usually considers a collaboration between multi-universes and multi-heroes and multi-versions in those universes because of a crisis. And that's the thing to kind of consider as well when it comes to dark times in our real world, right? It's always darkest before the dawn. A crisis, what brings people together, and under pressure, that's what makes people step up. Oh, thanks, Neptune. So let's just get started. Oh, yes. And the one thing I wanted to let you guys know about Grant Morrison, what he said that I really liked in his latest interview, was that let's take for a second that these characters aren't real and they only exist in the imagination realm. What is more real than your own imagination in your own world, right? That's one thing. Two, I say that was not what Grant Morrison said, but Grant has said that what he has done as a technique for when you're dealing with problems, dark issues, bad guys in your life, is that go inward and imagine them as villains, right? Fear as a villain. Parallax, right? He's the embodiment of fear. So imagine these things that you're scared of as villains or like embodiments, right? And then take these heroes, take your Batman, take your Superman, take your Supergirl, and put them against them, right? Let them fight it out. Or like get your superhero council in your imagination realm together and talk about how you can solve a problem. Because it's all you. Like when I cosplay Jessica Cruz, Supergirl, Batgirl, it's all my lens of what these ladies are, right? And they lend me their attributes so that I can synthesize and like use their leverage, their inspirational ways of how they've dealt with certain things in my own life. So that's really the whole point of art, right? Like there are, the angsty artists who like you have gone through certain experiences, and the way you alchemize that is to create something beautiful out of it. So without further ado, let's go. Thanks, Lion Sign Official. I appreciate all of you guys for being here, bringing your energy to the live. Welcome to this read of Final Crisis. I'm going to be doing a section of Dark Side Says. I was calling this Dark Side Days, but it's Dark Side Says. And kind of interesting timing, because I know that Doomsday in Marvel Universe is coming out, and they have similar beats and themes when it comes to like crisis, right? So love you, Gwen Stacy. Brandon, appreciate that. And appreciate all the support, you guys. Okay, let me go this way, just so I can catch the light a bit better. It was exactly 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when time-space, well, everything cracked. Hi, I'm Carol Ferris, chairman of Ferris Interatlantic Airlines. Guys, do you guys remember Carol? Carol is a Hal Jordan's lady love. She's also a Star Sapphire. She also ending up with Kyle Rayner, because Hal Jordan's not really like a one-woman kind of guy. Okay. They recreated our technology and made it two impossible things. Wait, 100 possible things. Welcome aboard this Ferris Air, and then it blanks out, and we have a Libra sign appear. So just to get you guys up to speed, since I have the reread of this one that I have from the beginning, I'll have available on my YouTube tomorrow at some point, but there is I don't know if he's a villain. He's like a cosmic kind of entity, because the way that they kind of put this is that this comes after the storyline of like the new gods in the Green Lantern universe, where you have like Orion has basically been killed, and you have like High Father and these new gods, that kind of thing. I am doing story time, Zach. Yes. Okay, so that Libra sign, this Libra guy showed up to the bad guys and was like, how about the bad guys for once work in harmony? Because we all know bad guys don't know how to work in harmony. That's like, an asset to good guys, but we shall see. So we're starting out right in the middle of things. I've skipped a bunch of stuff, but just like a dream, hopefully we can figure things out. So the Libra sign, the Libra glyph, appears on the airline. So Carol Ferris, who's a Star Sapphire, one of Hal Jordan's love interests. I think Blake Lively plays her in the live action movie. Like Blake Lively, what happened? So Carol Ferris, she has an airline, and on her airline, this like strange Libra glyph appears. I am Superman's cousin. Okay. They struck everywhere at the same time. Mind the gap. Oh yes, my movie is coming out this year. Millie Alcock, I'm really liking how she's playing it. She does have more of an edge to her. I'm hopeful that the story follows the comic, which is Woman of Tomorrow, in a more cosmic sense than it seems so far. I also hope that James Gunn just doesn't like James Gunn it, you know what I mean? Like make it all just kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy, because Supergirl deserves her own thing, really. Okay. Mind the gap, mind the gap, mind the zzz. It's like the subway system here. On every broadcast medium, anti-life equation, loneliness, alienation, fear, despair, every cell phone, every GPS. So basically this Libra guy, the bad guys are releasing a frequency that is considered the anti-life equation, which consists of loneliness, alienation, fear, despair, all the regular suspects when it comes to bad guy stuff. So this is going on everyone's GPS, every phone. And then turn left at 6th Avenue. Self-worth, mockery, condemnation, misunderstanding. So they're basically pushing out frequencies of anti-life throughout the world. Not exactly a positive thing. Then this, as if it had always been this way. I used the JLA satellite as a mirror on the way in, delivering papers, delivering news. I can bounce off reflective surfaces. It's how I get around. I was moving so fast, I'd already dragged the guy through the shield by the time the light reached your eyes. I don't know who's talking at this point. I think it might be Libra. The godlike characters always talk in these like strange kind of like ways. And so because of all the frequencies, right, this causes everyone havoc to fight. In Crisis on Infinite Earths, you had a character called Psycho Pirate who could like alter people's emotions. And this is kind of like a similar thing that's going on where like bad frequencies are being pushed out and it's causing havoc. So now we have Green Arrow, who like I'm working on a cosplay of, not for me Green Arrow, but my hubby doing Green Arrow, and I'll do Black Canary opposite him. Green Arrow is a pretty sweet character. He doesn't get enough love. I mean, the Arrow show I think was good, but oh yeah, Green Arrow, Ollie. Hey Ollie. And if you want to catch my read with the Birds of Prey where Ollie helps out, you can catch that on my YouTube channel with Babs and I think Black Canary. Okay, so all the fighting, and then Green Arrow says, "Holy bleep, kid. You said all you had to do was turn to a beam of light to get through the force field. Well, easy for me. but that guy is still solid. No way I was leaving him to the justifiers. I'm Ray. Hi. So remember, like, because this is like a crisis event, you have different versions from different worlds coming together. So there's always like this like introduction of like, hey, by the way, I'm this superhero from this universe, you know? Yeah, well, you just rescued the tattooed man, Ray. He's a Trojan horse for the bad guys. Probably led him straight to us. Ugh. Bleep you. I did. Got a name? Mark Richards, all right? I'm an anti-life survivor. You want the word from Black Lightning or not? Black Lightning? What would he be doing with secret society cannon fodder like you? This had better be good. And then the guy says, it's the end of the world and you still gotta act like you own it. Superheroes. Well, in the beginning, what that Libra guy was trying to really do was rid the world of superheroes. So it's almost like it's like what happened in Doomsday Clock, or not even just Doomsday Clock, like Watchmen, even when Ozzy like made this whole like disinformation campaign to get Dr. Manhattan out of Earth kind of thing. Yes. Who's the guys? Yeah, so we'll see here. Let's let you guys see the panel up close. I love the illustrations. I love it. I have my favorites, but you know. So let's go on this side. And speaking of Black Canary, there she is. Fishnets and all, right? Let's see here. Pretty Bird. Oh, I love how Oliver calls Dinah Pretty Bird. Love it. Pretty Bird. The Resistance has company. Time to move out before Darkseid's mind control starts to kick in. Ray, T-Man, John and Linda, the Flash Widows, Ollie's dark sense of humor, Linda's kids, Jai and Iris. Barbara here was in hiding, holding the fort when we all rolled into Washington under the cover of darkness. So you can kind of see there's like a collection. I think Barbara in this case, she doesn't have the use of her legs. Like there's when she's hopefully this isn't a spoiler for anyone, but during the events of The Killing Joke, which was written by Alan Moore, Barbara Gordon gets shot by the Joker and she loses the use of her legs. She then becomes the Oracle, and other ladies such as Stephanie Brown and Cassandra Cain hold the mantle of Batgirl. Now, because of Lex Luthor, there's other reasons for this as well. Batgirl gets use of her legs back, and she takes back being Batgirl. But she's also still always Oracle, too, which is an interesting thing. But I think here she is, like, just Barbara. I shouldn't just say just Barbara, because Dick Grayson even says, like, you're Barbara freaking Gordon, baby. So, Barbara here was in hiding, holding the fort when we all rolled into Washington under the cover of darkness. And then, the Ray. Cool. Have you seen our dad? Oh, so these are the Flash's kids. I was like, who are these kids? I guess Linda? Linda's kids, Jai and Iris. Who's Linda then? Because there's Linda Lee who is Supergirl. Is there another Linda who's... Someone let me know. Okay. The Ray. Cool. Have you seen our dad? I heard the original Flash evacuated a whole town single-handedly in minutes. But that's all I know. You seen a new Planet Edition yet? Oh, remember, the Flash loves comic books. And that is a big thing in Multiversity too, right? Because the Flash is so fast, he can read through comic books really quickly. And just like in Lost Boys, the manual behind how you beat the bad guys is hidden in the comic books. Isn't Linda Wally's wife? Yeah, I think you're right. So these are probably Wally's kids, not Barry's kids. Because like they're all the Flash too, right? But Barry dies in Crisis on Infinite Earths. Spoiler alert, he makes a reappearance here. Don't know how. Okay. So, have you seen the new Planet Edition yet? And then so it's like, it still comes out. They have a printing press in Superman's Fortress of Solitude. Do they? There's a printing press there? Well, I mean, he is a journalist, right? And so maybe. We thought the Hall of Justice was under construction. So when does everything go back to normal? So the planet's all we've got now that all electronic media are broadcasting anti-life 24 hours a day. That's a little ominous, you guys. So they're basically saying well, let me pull this back a little bit. The bad guys have a hold of something called the anti-life equation, which is a formula that is supposed to like wipe out all of existence, right? Of course, that means that there's a life equation, right? But they've basically taken a whole bunch of like gifted children, ones with like susceptibility, like in DC, they call them metahumans, right? I feel it's because of copyright, but they basically said they took these kids who were like susceptible or had like strong meta propensity and gave them like force fed them the anti-life equation and spread it. And so they're using the media in order to broadcast the anti-life equation, which basically I think is like a way of having civilization or society or the world destroy itself, right? Okay, so the planet's all we've got now that all electronic media are broadcasting anti-life 24 hours a day. Give us some good news, Ray. What happened to the Bloodhaven Strike Force? I don't know. That's not good news. Is this what happened to it? It's not very good. Oh dear. Tell yourself there's always hope. So you have a desolate, dystopic landscape. Oh, it's not looking good. Never give up. Heavy hurts. The superhumans huddle in their holes, afraid to face us. Oh, Tasman, hey! Welcome to the live, and thank you for the roses. Much appreciated. We're reading Final Crisis. We're doing just a segment. This is like too long of a story to do in one sitting, right? Space Race had a little brother in the anime. Oh, I did not know that either. I love animes too. I do read manga sometimes. Sometimes. It's hard because it's backwards and stuff. And not as pretty colors, right? Okay. Superhumans huddle in their holes, afraid to face us. Yet this ordinary maggot of a man battles on alone against the anti-life equation. Is that Batman? Maybe. The incubation phase demands the ruin of a powerful, noble spirit. But if Turpin continues to resist, the bodies we wore in the fourth world before the fall were fit for prime celestials. But this rotting, wheezing engine of meat. Gruff. Well said, Master Simeon. Zealots of the cult of Simeon and Mokurai toil without rest on evil factory production lines all across this earth. I hate reading the bad guy panels. That's always the hardest for me too, like writing the villains, but it's important to know your villains and also for your heroes to have an adequate adversary, right? Kind of thing. Let's see. So, my night missionaries spread the gospel of anti-life to every living soul. My devotees outnumber yours. As if Darkseid would favor you, filthy wretches, when he incarnates. So, they're trying to find bodies to reincarnate, like the old gods that were destroyed by the new gods. They want their way back. This comic is Final Crisis, written by Grant Morrison. It follows the events of Crisis on Infinite Earths in 1985, Identity Crisis, Multiversity, all of these big, huge world changing and shifting and morphing events. This is one of the final ones. I am also going to find Doomsday Clock. I don't own Doomsday Clock, but I'm going to get it from the library and reread you some stuff from it because there's a lot of prophecy about what happens after this final crisis, because the whole crux of this is like the universe versus everyone, right? Existence versus non-existence, anti-life versus life. The stakes are huge, right? Okay, so maybe he'll favor Libra, the anti-life that walks. It's interesting that Libra is the anti-life that walks, right? In the zodiac, Libra splits the chart. It opposes Aries, which is the birth, right, the beginning, right? So interesting. Libra, the anti-life that walks, maybe Granny Goodness. I do not like Granny Goodness. She's not good and she's awful. She was like one of the bad guys in one of the Birds of Prey, and I'm like, you're awful, Granny. Maybe Granny Goodness, spreading our contagion to the stars. Oh, thank you for the star goggles, Sheree. Welcome to the read. This is Final Crisis, baby. Oh, yes. Okay. The cosmic power battery of the guardians of the universe is within her grasp, Godfrey. So the cosmic power battery, just to give you guys some, when they're talking about the guardians in the DC universe, they're talking about the bosses of the lanterns. The lanterns are will in terms of the, what do you want to call it, the emotional spectrum of power, and there's a central battery of power by which all of the rings gain their power from. So the bad guys obviously want to get control of said power to do nefarious-ish, right? As bad guys do, and we ought to stop them, right? Or Kalibak, here, the son of Darkseid in a body biofactored to personify his barbarism. Lots of bad guys. I hate reading the bad guy panels. Thank you for sticking through this part. Oh, sure, life is hard. And then, I've fought monsters, gangsters, super creeds, but I never backed down. I never asked for help. Lord help me. Now, someone help me. I don't know who this guy is, but it's like Tiger Guy just jumped in and started tearing up the joint. And yeah, I feel like he might be a good guy because in Multiversity, this guy was in the world with Kamandi with like, he's the only boy. Let's see. Look, humankind's descent into the forever pit has begun. Bring your glorious incarnation, Great One. Hallelujah. I can't hold back the storm on my own anymore. Darkseid is cosmic. Yeah, so what it seems like what they're trying to do is reincarnate Darkseid. Kind of evil. Thank you. And I'm getting like full body tingles as well, you guys, because how, like, I know we don't have like walking tigers and stuff, or like, well, I mean, Supergirl is here, right? And I mean, I hope you guys, there's a Flash out there and there's a Green Lantern out there, but that anti-life equation, the fact that like the frequencies on the radio and the TV and media is how they push through the anti-life equation to make everyone go nuts. There's like a weird, like, isn't that what's happening now? Like in a weird kind of way. I don't know. Okay, so there's a big storm coming. They're trying to reincarnate Darkseid. I want to say thank you for the hand hearts. Jack Rev, thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Hearts back to you. Exactly what happens now is, yeah, and I think that is one of the biggest reasons why I read comic books and certain stories. Like when life gets tough, like when I was a teenager and I first started reading comic books, and I first started reading Marvel as opposed to DC. I read X-Men and Avengers. I liked the big cosmic interactions between the two. Like Civil War, I think, was one of my first reads. But I was more familiar with DC from like live action stuff, right? Like the Batman universe, all the movies, all that kind of stuff. Even Batgirl from the 60s show, that kind of thing. It's all to say that behind all the stories, right? Like I think in V for Vendetta, Evie says like how politicians use truth to tell lies, and artists take lies in order to tell the truth. I hope I'm saying that kind of right. But you know what I mean, right? Like, this is a made up tale, but it's speaking a lot of truth in code about the nature of our own, like, reality kind of thing. That kind of stuff. So let's get to the good part. Back to the heroes after reading the bad guy panels. How can I fight if there's nothing to fight for? Good point. Black Lightning was on his way here, but they got to him. You want more? You can drop the cop attitude. Okay, stick to the story, wise guy. Wise guy? Bleep you. We all should have known back then, in the days of the Dark Side Club. The boss and his bad dreams, getting weird, till it seemed like he was harder, older. That was only the beginning. They've wounded our people, our minds, our planet, in ways we can barely imagine. We're disoriented, out of our depth, and whatever we think this appears to be, it's worse. And this is what Barbara is saying. I don't want to scare anyone, she continues. It was me who killed the internet. I only saw a fragment of the anti-life equation. I only experienced a few moments. Oh, hey McKild. Hi. And Eyes to Green, thanks for following. This is Final Crisis. Yeah, thank you. And thanks for all joining. We're going to go for a little bit. I have an ending point. Like, I'm doing this in sections. I did a first section a few days ago. I'm going to have a replay of that on my YouTube tomorrow at some point. I'm also working on a full edit of Jessica Cruz when she read The Day the Stars Fell, the first part. I think it's Emerald Sands, which was actually also written by Grant Morrison. So yeah, I like Grant Morrison. I also like Alan Moore. I also like Jeff Johns. He's a good writer as well. But let's see. Can I read the whole book backwards? Is this backwards? Like mangas, you mean? Okay, welcome, hi. Okay. So this guy, Barbara's like, okay, this anti-life equation, they're already broadcasting it across all the media stuff. She took it upon herself as Oracle to shut down the internet because she didn't want to, like a virus, like the anti-life virus. She didn't want to help spread it, so she just shut it down, right? It's mathematical proof that dark side is the rightful master of everything in existence. Oof, the ego on that one, huh? My ass. That's basically what Oliver's saying. There is no anti-life There's no anti-life that a little narrow escape can't cure. Green Arrow, we're surrounded. There's no way out. There's no power. And now they know we're here. Aw, Green Arrow, ever optimist. It's such a different way because, like, both Bruce Wayne and Oliver Queen are, like, playboy, billionaire, rich guys, but their ways of dealing with things in their respective Caped Crusader situation is so different. They don't get along with each other either, usually. Which, yeah, kind of makes sense. Okay, we get it, okay? But we're not giving in now. Not us, and not you. I'm scared, Mrs. Garrick. Ray, you're not scared, are you? A little scared is pretty normal, I'd say. I don't just deliver news, although that is one of my special talents. I can ride light beams 7 times around the world in a second. I'm a human power generator. Think how easily someone like me could set up a worldwide video link. We're talking tech here, baby. No, don't. They're in the system. They monitor everything. The system I'm using is abandoned. Oh, so this guy, I'm not actually familiar with this character as much. Human power battery. And so the internet's down. There's no power because they're trying to isolate the anti-life virus, right? But this guy's like, I can just use like an abandoned system and set up something else, right? Oh, you guys, oh, sweet. Okay, keep going. I'm going to address the comments when I come to the end of this read. We're getting there. Flip to this side. Flip to the side. Did you know the super criminal fraternity had its own secret internet? Oh my gosh, the internet? So instead of the dark web, I guess is what they're kind of referring to, but like the internet, what a name. Yeah, neither did we until a highly placed informant in Libra's secret society told us how to get in. Watchtower, are you there? Well, I'll be a mindless slave of the corporate machine. Ray, Mr. Terrific says, you did it. Mr. Terrific is like tech, like equal to Oracle, I'll say, but like only certain universes. Ray, you did it. This is Watchtower, Switzerland. Siege got worse since you were here, but the castle is still holding. Oh, we got some hawk stuff going on. And look at this panel. I'm going to give it some love. Just on its own. And so, evil bad guy looking at a bunch of screens and trying to X out all of it, right? Oh, you guys are sweet. My dogs just pushed me off the bed. So, look who's out already. Oh, Huntress looks great here. I've been trying to work on like a Huntress cosplay, but this mask thing is kind of very difficult to have it not look ridiculous in real life. But injured, Batman is MIA, Superman is MIA, Cyborg is MIA, Dr. Fate, no Green Lantern. Green Lantern's off-world. He's like, I'm not dealing with this right now. I don't know. Or distraction. So let's see. Mr. Terrific online for Checkmate Global Peace Agency. Stand by, all watchtowers. I'm handing you over to the Green Lantern. Which Green Lantern? Friends, defenders. Oh, I'm not familiar with this guy. I actually read about him before. Oh my gosh, what's his name again? Oh, he was on the train. He lost his lover. And then the green light saved him. Oh my gosh. Alan Scott. Oh, Jake. Gold star for you. You deserve a little sprinkle of love for that. Yes, Alan Scott. Thank you. Oh, yes. Perfect, you guys. Superhero Intel Nerds Unite. That was awesome. So, yeah, Alan Scott is, I guess, Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner, the other Green Lanterns, MIA. Alan Scott's handling it. Friends, defenders of Earth, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Stowe Phoenix, Arizona, hi. Of Lionel Luther. There are two Alan Scotts. Oh, and Andrew Johnson. So if you go on my YouTube, I did a read of Earth 2, and they did an origin story of Alan Scott where he was like on the train and the green light comes to him. But in that world, the green light is not, it's not the same source as like Abin Sur and Hal Jordan. The way they kind of explain it, they make it that like it's almost like the green, like how Swamp Thing talks to the green. It's like the Earth's power embodied in a ring, just like how the Flash of that Earth 2 universe, Mercury endows that Flash with his powers. So different origin stories. So great point, Andrew, about there being two Alan Scotts. I'm not familiar with the other version. They also talk about him in Doomsday Clock. So is that the same guy from the Arrow series? Possibly. I haven't watched all of Arrow's series, but it's definitely possible. Okay, especially if Arrow and Flash are dealing with like the multiverse, it's more than likely you'll run into this guy. Okay. Castellanian, oh my gosh, what is that name? Castellanian Draper informs us that castle defenses will fail within an hour, but we are not without resources or a plan, Miss Monitor. We brought you here at great expense for a reason. As our Miss Waller will explain, why is Amanda Waller here? I do not like this lady. What the heck? Alan Scott continues on this panel up here. Our world has become the target of gods with powers and abilities like we've never encountered before. They have access to experimental genetic technology in Bloodhaven Command D facility. Watchtower 3 online. The Fortress of Solitude. Holding and awaiting orders. And look who shows up, my friends. It's Supergirl. And she looks like me. Yay! So remember, we like House of Heroes, Hall of Heroes, the big, whenever there's a crisis, Harbinger is like alarm bells. We need to get all the heroes together, right? I love Final Crisis. Do you have a favorite? There's multiple crises, right? I have a special place in my heart for Crisis on Infinite Earths because I have a thing for like origins, beginnings, how things all begin, the first time stuff happens. But I mean, there's also the Omega part of it, right? The end of it. So I have Crisis on Infinite Earths. I also have Identity Crisis. There's a few other crises, but I think we'll probably spend a live one day where we map them all out in terms of like timelines and continuity, and we can get all nerdy about it. I can be like that person who like draws, like the thread to this one and this one, you have a chalkboard, that kind of thing. So stay tuned for that. And remember, Superhero School is starting this Sunday. More details are in my link tree if you want to get more on that for the 12 modules of my 12 Cosmic Hero Academy situation that's dropping very soon. Okay, so Supergirl says, Watchtower 3 is online. Fortress of Solitude. Holding. Awaiting orders. They can splice animals and people to create hybrid soldiers. Their living presence deforms time and distorts our minds. Watchtower 5. Superbia, not suburbia. Superbia is falling. This is Warmaker. Repeat. International Ultramarine Corps headquarters is going down. We've gathered superhumans, crime fighters, and refugees in 6 great watchtowers in a ring around the world. But this is the first moment we've all shared since our enemies made their move. And this is my last chance to say, have courage. You are not alone, says Alan Scott, and it's not over yet. Watchtower 4, holding. I fought my way here, Adam. So we've got like Black Adam here on his throne. He's kind of a dick in most universes, right? Hey, Spider Carnage, how's it going? I hope you're well. I still hope we can do like a little cosplay live together. On Thursday, I'm planning on doing Gwen Stacy for my daughter, my baby Gwen Stacy's birthday. But I don't know if my cosplay will be ready by then, so I will for sure be doing a Marvel read, Black Cat, something that deals with the Spider-Verse. So that'll be, I guess today's Wednesday, so I guess it'll be tomorrow, but I'll be doing late night comic book reads for you guys for sure, Tuesdays and Thursdays at midnight. That is the schedule. Doesn't mean I won't have extra reads sprinkled there in between, but I just wanted to make sure I had certain things at least like on the books. And I've realized like it's hard for me to do the late reads one after the other. So just trying to do that. And then the replays will be available on my YouTube as well as on Patreon at the Cosmic Comic Book Club. So welcome, you guys. I'm Supergirl. And she's in this comic book, which is why I'm reading it to you guys. And this is Final Crisis, written by Grant Morrison. Okay. Onward and upward, my superhero friends. I fought my way here, Adam. Do you brood on your throne of skulls until the sky falls in, or rejoin the Marvel family? So Shazam, Captain Marvel, right? Billy Batson, he's talking to Black Adam. The primal ones who lend us their powers have been overthrown by these new gods of apocalypse. We are at our weakest, outnumbered, doomed. This is what Black Adam is saying. Thanks, Timmy. Appreciate it. Okay, beautiful Gwen Stacy. But I am working on a Gwen Stacy cosplay just for you. And we'll make sure it's like a big party for you when that happens. And as I said, I'm gifting you a scholarship for your birthday to superhero school. And if you guys want to join superhero school, but you know, funds are tight, all that kind of stuff, please do send me a DM. Let me know. I'm giving out a few scholarships. Pokey, you're definitely getting one of them as well. Onward. Okay. Sources confirm Bloodhaven entry point into this world. Everything we've got. Bloodhaven. Dawn. Bridge at Bloodhaven. Our last stand. Says Black Adam. Sounds like my kind of battle. Calling all superheroes. Watch Tower 6. I'm going to be AJ Lee for your birthday. That would be, you know what? I used to really love wrestling, so I think I could probably pull that off for you. I did know an AJ back in my past life as a fitness model when I was in like Las Vegas and stuff, and she, like, I wonder if she was the same AJ. Things are different, like in a haze back then when I was partying, so I would like, maybe it was. Maybe I could get you the real AJ Lee for your birthday. All right, guys. Oh, flash goal. Okay, we'll do a flash goal right to the end of the read, you guys. I'm gonna finish. I fell for the trap. Okay, message you and we can plan something. Yeah, sounds good, Spider Carnage. Even gaming stuff too. I'm working on rejigging my whole gaming setup. Thanks for all of you guys who joined me in my hubby gaming Halo the other day. I was trying a way of doing it, like really hacky way of doing it before I get my capture card. So, all right, let's continue on. So our Alan Scott Green Lantern gives some wise words of courage to a superhero team. All the heroes from the different multiverses gather together for Final Crisis, right? I love Halo. Remember, I was born in 1985, right? So when Halo 2 came out and Halo 3 came out, that was a big freaking deal in Winnipeg. Downtown, basement parties, you know, LAN parties, you attach two Xboxes together and you like play together. Halo's got a really like a, what do you call it, like a cornerstone memory point in my life, right? So whenever I play Halo, I'm always like transported back to playing with my friends back in like the early 2000s in the basement. So yo, right? 94, hey zombie, 90s baby. I love my 90s babies. Also too, Pluto was in Scorpio between, was it 84 and 93, 94? So if you're born in that little time gap thing, it's like a flock of birds with energy. It's like, there's certain things in there. 89, baby. Yo, yo, yo. I love it. Okay. So I feel like, how should I put this? I own a lot of comic books, and this specific one is actually from the library because some of these bigger ones are quite expensive. Quite an investment, right? I probably will buy this one eventually. But it's interesting, when I choose to read certain comic books to you guys, what stories I decide to do, it's always interesting how, like, it's almost like the right people show up to the lives to hear the story kind of thing. I might have read that comic. Interesting. How do you like it, though? I've tried to read comic books online, like Invincible. It's a bit of a different experience. I think it just depends. It depends. However, though, however you get the story, however it interfaces with your consciousness, I think is whatever way works for you, right? And if it's this way, thank you. All right. So, Black Adam, I guess like this Green Lantern, Alan Scott, is trying to convince Black Adam to join the fight. Because typically in Crisis, it's not just good guys. The villains are working together because you're trying to save reality itself, right? Okay, Watchtower G, the Great Wall. August general in iron for the great 10 of the People's Republic, holding and out. They're gone. And we're on our own again. Bloodhaven. I knew that place was brewing trouble. Bloodhaven, I always know, is like the area that Dick Grayson and the Titans are at. Close to Gotham, but I don't think it's in Gotham. It's like a further out, like Brooklyn. You know, like New York City, and then you have like Brooklyn across the way or something like that. So I read it as. Okay, Black Lightning told me that this was important, but he didn't say why. So don't ask me what it means. He called it a circuit. And he said I was to keep it safe. Wow, those speedsters always making sacrifices, right? This man put his life on the line for my family, or I wouldn't be here. Do you understand? I kept it hidden where they'd never find it. Right here on my skin. So you can kind of see how it looks. Right? So just to get you guys speedsters, I do love the speedsters. And I do like Barry and Kara actually have a wonderful friendship. And I think the CW captures that well. But just to get you guys up to speed as to who Black Lightning is, maybe I can quickly flip to seeing that. Here, this is Black Lightning. So, a speedster from another universe, right? But speedsters always, because they are like, if you think about it archetypally, and they're Mercury and Hermes, and this concept of like the messenger of the gods, the go-between, it's, yeah. Are both excellent singers too. Are they really? Barry or Wally? I love both of them, you guys. Hello, Kazooie. Barry, I love how like Wally always calls him like my Uncle Barry. What would my Uncle Barry do, right? It's just, that relationship is really, really sweet to me. And they're both like my favorites. Yeah. That noise, that's the shield popping. They're through. We have civilians. The Hall of Justice has a teleport system, says Black Canary. Well, first Oliver is like, do we have any ideas? There's civilians here. What do we do? Black Canary says, the Hall of Justice has a teleport system. How about you transform to a teleport carrier wavelength and use the transmitter array to carry us out, right? Great idea, Black Canary. Looks like you're a smart cookie too, right? Pokey, totally. I love crossover episodes, like when universes collide situation. Wanda, no runny men. They were here, Gigantrix. Track and target. Tracking. Darkseid's falling, dragging this whole universe down as he goes. The entire structure of existence. The whole multiverse, Wally. Barry. Oh, it's Barry and Wally together. Ah, yay. Oh, I have to show you. It's that. Aw, cute. I love. Listen, you have to, Barry. You are never dead. Wait. Hold on. You are never dead. Joey's talking to Barry right now. I didn't read in between here to know how this has made itself possible, because in Crisis on Infinite Earths, Barry dies. Spoiler alert. Not really a spoiler because it's 1985, but still. Barry's here now. But remember, time is not linear, so we don't know exactly where and which version we have. Oh, yeah. I love Barry. Who doesn't love Barry Allen? And I love the names of our heroes, right? Bartholomew, Alan Key, right? I just think there's something there, maybe. Okay, so listen, you have to, Barry. You were dead. We never got over it. Have you any idea what I'm feeling right now? So he's like, you were dead, Barry, and now you're right in front of me. What the heck? Terry, thank you for the rose. An unknown force just reverse engineered me to life out of a blizzard of faster than light particles. I'm sorry if I seem a little abstract. So if there is an anti-life equation, more than likely there's a life equation. And there seems to be something here where Barry's like, well, I'm back to life. Like, I can't really explain it all, but it feels like there was some sort of like, what did he say here? Reverse engineered me to life out of a blizzard of faster than light particles. Curse of the Flash family. Everything gets done on the run, and life happens in the rear view mirror. My God, it's so good to see you, Wally. You went back to your original costume? Guess things got out of hand out of here. Things got out of hand around here pretty rapidly, huh? I have a wife and kids, says Wally. I hope you're ready to save the world like we used to. Well, I have to find them in all of this. They made it to safety, Wally. Flash fact. Grab an end of a steel cable. I love it. Oh, Red Heron, you came at like the right time. You're talking about your 333s and the synchronicities, and like Barry came back to life, and so Wally's like, you were dead, Barry, and now my Uncle Barry is here, and he's like the first thing, I love what he says here, I'm just gonna repeat it. The curse of the Flash family. Everything gets done on the run, and life happens in the rear view mirror, because you're just doing running, right? And so looking back, right? That's really what this is all about. It's like time. We can go back. And, you know, there are many stories where there's a character death that happens and it hits really hard. Barry being one of them. Supergirl being another. Sturm Brightblade in one of my Dragonlance stories. Like, certain deaths, right? They happen because, like, that's what was always supposed to happen in the story, right? It is so that, you know, the world can live on. It's not in vain, it's for a purpose. But, like, you know, whenever you want to visit that character again, you can just go back to that story. But it always hurts every time I read it, that part where they go, right? Aw, thanks, Red Heron. That's great. I love that. Art feeding art, the synergistic aspect of all of that. Gorgeousness. And Pokey sharing some of my arts. Thank you for that, babe. Okay. So, yeah, Barry's like, I hope you're ready to save the world like we used to. And Wally's like, I have a wife and kids, so I'm not like little anymore. I'm grown up now. I'm like original Flash. So Flash and Flash. And they're ready to help out in Final Crisis. All right, guys, let's go. Super speedwave targeting there. The construction site. Furies ride. Halt. Stop. Barry. Super speedwave. Shh. Even at this speed, she can see us. Go, Wally. Go. Die. Oh, wed by nothing. Thank you for the heart me. Welcome. She was dressed like Wonder Woman, Barry. Like I said, entire multiverse avalanching into oblivion. We have to save everyone, and we start with family. It's the only way. No arguments. You're staying with me. We came all this way together from Star City. So, yeah. I can transform to any wavelength on the electromagnetic spectrum, which should include teleport carrier waves. Oh, so you think that you can really do this? Just like that. You guys are bleeping nuts. Seriously, I thought you were a superhero, like the rest of us. What? So the guy who got the Black Lightning, current, he's wearing it on his skin. So they're like treating him like a superhero, but he's kind of like, I'm just here to like pay back Black Lightning for like the good deed that he did me and my family. But I guess he's a hero now, right? Just like you guys, right? You never know when you're gonna be called. Remember, that's why I always say to you guys that the universe is counting on you. And Night Wolf. Oh, I love that. I love that you love Supergirl too, right? So, to all of you guys out there who are currently working on, the hero within, embodying yourself, playing as your highest, best, wonderful self, it's always more fun when you have friends along the way, right? Okay. Where are we? Okay. Seriously, I thought you were a superhero, like the rest of us. What? They'll come right after you. You know that. Justifiers never stop. But if I wreck the teleport navigation after you're gone... Oliver, no. What are you doing? No, no, no. Watchtower teleports are offline. You're the leader of the Justice League. T-Man's rocking the voodoo tattoo. Raise the carrier wave. And the Flash'll kill us both if anything happens to his wife or his kids. Nowhere on this planet is safe. But I have an idea. Oh, Green Arrow, that's so funny. Like, I read a comic book once with you guys with, was it Green Arrow's son, Connor? So Green Arrow, Connor, I don't think he's Green Arrow's son. I don't know, someone confirm on that. But Connor, Green Arrow, Kyle Rayner, and Wally all go on like a cruise together because they're hanging out and trying to take some time away because this is when they're younger, like second generation heroes. And just funny here, like how he says it like point blank, like Flash will kill us if we let anything happen to his fam. So, and we need him, so let's do that. Okay, don't do this. I can't lose you. I worked out the angles. They won't get me. I'll use the anti-life arrow. That sounds like you're just making something up, arrow. And he calls her Pretty Bird. Aw, I love these guys. Looking through each other during crisis. Ollie, my beautiful Robin Hood. And then, I don't know, she just kind of like disintegrates, and then like Green Arrow takes a look at you being like, did you do something? Barry does live his family, which is why I love him a lot, right? When your heart purpose is to just save your fam, you're doing not for profit, not for fame, not for all this other stuff, other than to just like, Connor Hawk is his kid. Thank you for confirming that, Patrick. I didn't know that. And Connor's known as being like a ladies' man, just like his dad. And like Flash and Green Lantern bring it up. They're like, why does he always get all the attention, right? Sabrina Carpenter. I love that. I love Sabrina Carpenter. I'm her size too. I'm like 5'2". So people like Gwen Stacy was like, oh, maybe you can cosplay as Wonder Woman. I'm like, my bestie, who I'm working on a Wonder Woman cosplay for, like helping her sew one. She's like 5'9", 5'10". I'm 5'2". So she would look more like a Wonder Woman. My little sister is also like, I think more of like a Wonder Woman archetype kind of thing. Hi, this guy. Good morning. I'm just going to go for a little bit longer. This is Final Crisis. We're doing a segment of it called Dark Side Says. Thanks, Pokey, for that. Sabrina is very pretty, though, and there's always more space for pretty girls. It's not just like one's the prettiest of them all, and just because one's pretty, the ones aren't. It's like the competition of all that. Beauty competitions. It's like the eye of the beholder situation, right? So honor your own beauty, and if I'm not your Supergirl, that's cool too, right? There's many other versions just in the multiverse, right? And if you just focus on what you love, you don't have time to focus on what hate is, right? So, yeah. Was it being taller than the average woman to being a demigod? Yeah, she's literally like a goddess, right? Like, in Crisis on Infinite Earths, in the animated version, they have a relationship between Superman and Wonder Woman, and the younger Superman asks the older Superman, like, where's Lois? And Superman goes, well, she died of old age. And then the younger Superman's like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. And then talking about Wonder Woman, he says like, well, you know, us Kryptonians, we live long, but we're not immortal. We're not gods like her, right? So Wonder Woman, it focuses a little bit more on like the loneliness of what happens when you are truly an immortal being, to watch everyone around you basically die, right? So it was a different aspect of Wonder Woman I wasn't used to kind of seeing play out, and I thought it was like really well done. So thank you, Gwen Stacy, I appreciate you. Thoughts on Danny O'Neill's Green Lantern and Green Arrow? Donnie, I don't have an opinion on that one, actually. Let me look into that more. I haven't read as much Green Arrow specific stuff. It's interesting though, but that Alan Moore has a Green Arrow story that I want to read you guys, but I have to work on the right cosplay for what that is. Probably Black Canary should be a good one to do with that, right? Okay, continuing onward. Let's see. Okay, bad guys coming in full force. Destroy. Anti-life justifies our actions. And Green Arrow's back with his arrows, saying, is that so? Well, my absolute hatred of dog-riding totalitarian bleeping justifies this. Ah, shit. Jefferson. I know that's you in there, Jefferson Pierce. Fight it, Black Lightning. Whatever they're feeding you, fight it. So it's one of those classic things where they take good guys and like subvert them and make them bad guys, right? Oh, well, it's funny you mentioned that, because I'm finishing off a cosplay calendar, which I will hopefully release on Sunday along with Superhero School, where each month will have a photo of each of my cosplay characters at the time that it's their birthday. Supergirl's birthday, I believe, is September 22nd, making her a Virgo. And for example, I think Jessica Cruz's birthday is like February 4th, and Satana's a Noah Gemini. So I'm going to basically put the different characters with their calendars, and you can get that at Superhero School. Okay. All right. Continuing on. For a very long time, Gwen Stacy, I was a blonde though, right? I wrecked my hair. I had the best hair girl ever named Dorothy. And we used to like do the most fun things with my hair. I had like platinum white blonde hair for a long time. But it damaged it. It couldn't ever grow past a certain point. So my hair right now naturally is the longest it has ever been and not dyed. I didn't touch it because ever since I was 16, I was always dyeing my hair. Oh, thank you, you guys. Welcome to the read. I am Supergirl, reading Final Crisis. Supergirl is back in this as well. It's funny though, because they oftentimes don't explain how Supergirl comes back after the fact that she dies in Crisis on Infinite Earths. Usually like a time portal jump, different version, that kind of thing happens, but I don't think it's ever really explicitly explained. But we're going to continue the read now. This is Final Crisis. I'm going to finish off. Aw, thanks, Red Heron. Yeah. You know what I say, though? My cosplay characters, this look, all of this is like armor for like my source Rachel Z self, right? Like, I can put on Jessica Cruz, or I can put on Zatanna if I want more of like, because Zatanna's such a badass. She's like so like sassy. So I love playing as those characters, right? As a way to like, protect your inner source self, right? All right. So I know that's you in there, Jefferson Pierce. This is Green Arrow talking to like, I guess the bad guys. I think Jefferson Pierce is Black Lightning. Fight it, Black Lightning. Whatever they're feeding you, fight it. And so Black Lightning has now been taken over by the anti-life equation, saying, I live for the anti-life. I die for the anti-life. Freedom is surrender to dark side. Sounds like 1984. Good is bad, bad is good. Subversion of everything, meaning. So he pushes back. Green Arrow falls back. They've left no trail to follow. Oh, so you didn't get them. You'll never get us all, you bastards, and we'll fight to the last, and we'll... Ah, and then they put a mask. Oh no, they caught Green Arrow, you guys. And it's like Black Canary could feel it. She could feel it. And she looks on saying, Oliver, no, Ollie. Okay, weapons system, or rather, station weapons review. Now she's pissed. You want to get my man? You're going to take my man? I'm going to freaking take you down. Yes, sir. The birth struggle is almost over. Hurry with his crown before this corrupt flesh disintegrates. I try to show them what humanity is made of. But wrestling with Darkseid, well, where's our backup, Alan? When does it end? Super justifiers. Dear God, some of them are our own people. That's a classic bad guy trick, right? To turn your allies against you, right? Through mind control and other, sketchy things. It's like trying to beat the ocean unconscious. I don't know who's writing the little notepad inner monologue. Hopefully I figure that out soon. Hosanna, we live another day. Give us a sign, great Darkseid. Thumbs up for the triumphs of the human spirit. It's all the bad guys mocking them and stuff. Aw, thanks, Kevin. Chrysalis, thank you. I was doing a birthday post for him. Aw, appreciate that, Gwen Stacy. Your birthday should be all about you, though, babes. I appreciate you. Thank you for your creativity and imagination, right? It's all about us feeding off each other. And your original characters have inspired me in such a way of like re-looking at different characters and how you can make them your own, right? So, okay. My green flame is waning. We can't stop yet, Hawk Girl. We have to protect the castle until the Omega offensive is ready. Alan, this rain. Or thumbs down to summon a day of Holocaust that will never end. Kiss, reap. My choice. To die on the job is to die for Darkseid. He's kind of like an evil tyrant character. It's awful. All mine. Increase production. Work. Consume. Die. It's like that movie by John Carpenter, right? They Live, where like he puts on the glasses and you can see all like the meanings of like procreate, be a slave, money is your god, that kind of thing. It's like a similar kind of vibe going on here. Judge others, condemn the different, exploit the weak. So this is all the stuff of the anti-life equation. It's like seeding negativity and low vibration and turning, like basically unraveling all of existence with it. Anti-life makes it right. All is one. Self, Darkseid. Self, Darkseid. Self, Darkseid. All is one. Darkseid. Hi, honey. I'm home. Eee. Barry, it's anti-life. I don't think there's anything we can do for Aunt Iris. Iris. My Iris. So I feel like the frequencies, it's almost like a zombie frequency. Like if, I don't know if I saw that movie, like it was bad. The Cell with John Cusack. I think John Cusack. Where like the frequencies go through the cell phone, it makes people crazy, right? So it's kind of like a similar thing. Once you hear like the anti-life equation frequency, it turns you like messed up, right? So Aunt Iris has apparently gotten this. So my Iris, it feels like I've waited 1,000 lifetimes for this. And so she's full of anti-life and he kisses her. Barry. Oh, Barry. It's going to be all right, isn't it? Everything is going to be all right now. Oh, yeah, you bet. Oh, you guys, I thought it was gonna be all sad because it's like stories like this get so like heavy, right? But Barry's back, and he's back with Iris, and he's like, I've waited 1,000 lifetimes for this. Excuse me, Iris. Oh, I love that. Dandy Money Man, hi, great timing. You know, you're my birthday twin, right? So you're probably a big romantic too. So you want love to always win. And so, yeah, I'm a big romantic. I'm a big fan of this scene right now. Okay. Can you feel it, Kendra? The world of gods colliding into ours. As if we're at the end of everything. Blood. It's raining blood. T-spheres say we have incoming from nowhere. I love these like panels where it's like there's like a dialogue bubble, but like nothing comes out, like a kind of situation. Not blood, right? Blood Rain. Not. I feel like that's a movie, right? I feel like Blood Rain. What's my birthday? I was born April 24th, 1985 at 5 in the morning. So I was also 3 weeks late. So I'm an early Taurus, but I was actually maybe supposed to be an Aries, but classic Taurus, taking a nap, right? So didn't want to leave the womb, comfy womb. So, but here I am. Okay, so that noise, don't shoot. I'm Mr. Miracle, super escape artist. Oh yeah, Mr. Miracle. Oh my gosh, who was Mr. Miracle with? Big Barda, I think. I think Big Barda and Mr. Miracle are like a couple. I need to come back to that. We can save the world. Don't. Uh-oh. Freedom spirits fall. A sign, great one. Devastator, Lord of Woe, eternal dark side. The choice is simple, because here at the end, there's no choice at all. Only apocalypse and dark side forever. Give in. Oh, we finish off with a Wonder Woman like, hell no, never dark side. We will not submit. And that's where we're going to end this read. That was Says Dark Side. I love that that ended up having, it was like Supergirl was in there for like one panel because she's at this Fortress of Solitude watchtower, but she was in it, right? And I really love Barry coming back and kissing Iris and pulling her back from the anti-life, because love conquers all, doesn't it, right? As cheesy as that sounds. Red Heron, thank you for the roses. And thank you guys for joining me for a read of this Final Crisis, right? That's where I'll end it. Tomorrow we will have Zatanna. She's going to be looking at Justice League Unlimited. I really like, this is like a different view of some of these guys, how they're drawn. I really like how Superman looks here. He's pretty cute. So that's why I'm going to be Zatanna. Then I'm not cousins with him anymore, right? But we also have Mary Marvel and Wonder Woman here. I do have a cosplay of Mary Marvel that I am working on, more of her old school version, because there is there's a story with her and Supergirl that I want to read you guys in both of those characters, because it's a good one. So that's tomorrow. Thank you guys for joining me for Final Crisis, a read from within it today. We will continue this story on the weekend at some point. I will try to get you guys a conclusion, right? And finally, we do have Superhero School, my 12 module academy that's starting on Sunday, and you can get all the details of that on my Linktree. I'm also giving away a few scholarships, so please do DM me if you're interested in that. I do think that I've worked on this course a while and tried to put it in such a way that it's about talking about things like practical ways of, you know, using the attributes of the heroes that we love in order to empower ourselves in our own life. And you know, maybe some of us will express some superhero gifts along the way. Who knows, right? I'm open to miracles happening, right? Okay, guys, so thank you guys for joining me. When am I going to be Wonder Woman? Good question. Good question. I have a version of Wonder Woman, which is more like pop art kind of Wonder Woman, like very stylistic, that I may do for you guys. So we'll see. But the next cosplays coming up are going to be Zatanna. I'm going to have Jessica Cruz come back on to read the Grid Justice League, because there's some Green Lantern lore in there that I think is important before revisiting Final Crisis. And the book we're going to read on Thursday is going to be a Spider-Verse story with Black Cat. Hopefully Black Cat. Maybe Gwen Stacy. Gwen Stacy's in the read, though. She's in the comic book. It's Tales from the Spider-Verse. And in that, Black Cat is one universe's Spider-Man, Spider-Woman. Right? She gets, so it's an interesting take on it, right? Just like how Gwen Stacy herself is also another version of Spider-Man in another universe. So that's kind of fun. I love the multiverse stuff. Just like you, Gwen Stacy, are a version of Gwen Stacy in this universe, right? So let's play along with that. Oh, don't we love geek talk, you guys? I love it. I love nerding out on this stuff because you guys, it's been so fun reconnecting with like my childhood self, and also, you know, stories that you think you know, right? It's such a different thing when you finally read them yourself, and then also another thing when you get to share that read with other people, right? So until next time, see you guys tomorrow as Zatanna. And then remember, all my late night reads for sure are Tuesdays and Thursdays at midnight till the wee hours at some point. But you can catch all my replays on YouTube. You can join the Cosmic Comic Book Club, and we have Superhero School starting on Sunday. So you guys, I hope you have a beautiful night. Thanks for joining me for Final Crisis as Kara Zor-El, the last daughter of Krypton. Remember, it takes true courage for you to play as you in the cosmic game of life. Hot Virga, may the Force be with you as well. Oh, I love Star Wars. We could talk... I need like a Padme cosplay. Princess Amidala, like let's bring that. Episode 1. Those first 3 episodes also I don't think are as bad as, like, in retrospective. Not as bad as we initially thought, right? So, you guys, take the courage. It takes true courage to be you, right? Being yourself is a revolutionary act. So have the courage to be exactly yourself. Because guess what? The universe is counting on you. But no worries, I got your back. Till next time, superhero friends, take care.